Good morning, troopers. We're back at it again with a Starship Troopers Extermination video. Now we're going to be covering the September QnA from the whole community Discord and all that. So I'm a little upset. Well, maybe not upset, but a little like, oh man, I wish we had some patch notes or something because this game needs some loving right now. But hey, if they push out a really good game, I'm not going to be too upset about it or anything like that. So let's just jump into the Q&A. Alright, I got my blue light glasses, right, my looksy-wooksy glasses. I have perfect 20/20, but my eyes hurt from literally everything these days. So let's jump into the roadmap. First thing, what's the roadmap going to look like regarding weapons? They said we are looking to add multiple weapons each year for each class. Okay, so that means that they have a pretty extended time frame for this game, which I'm all about because their other game, Squad, is doing pretty good, right? What I wish they would have expanded on this just a little bit more. And there's other like weapons that they talk about in the Q&A. I just wish they would have given us a little bit of sauce, you know what I mean? And this whole Q&A is missing just a little bit of sauce, a little bit of marinara, a little bit of like buggy marinara, right? But we do know that they're going to be adding like the pulse rifles and some of the other iconic weapons. It just would have been nice if they would have said, "Hey, big news! Next patch, here you go. Weapons, have fun. Special weapons, flamethrower, minigun. Have a good time. Have a good time." But we didn't get that. So hey, it is what it is. The next one I am pretty excited about. So, will there be customization for classes? And they said, yes, we will be looking to add customization that really brings out each trooper's individuality. That being said, each type of customization must be grounded in the trooper's universe. Totally cool for that, right? So, what I'm thinking for their customization, you might have heard Rooster, the Roo. Roo, yeah, that's him. He is an asshole. I can't stand him. Anyway, he's a good little winged dog. Anyway, the customization for the classes, right? What I'm thinking that they're going to be doing is adding skins, or they're going to be adding armor customization, as in like, let's take the Bastions for example. They might have those like huge shoulder pads, but there might be like ones with big old spikes or something. Or like for the support, maybe they have a little bit more. What would they do for the support? Now that I think about it, let me stew on that for a second. But hunters might have like a little bit more sleeker design, maybe a little bit more like oval shaped, or like something that's very aerodynamic. Maybe add like an actual jetpack for the hunters. I think that'd be pretty cool. But for the supports, I actually don't know what they would do. Because I kind of like how the supports are looking. Maybe if they added like different backpacks or something, like the support canisters, that would be pretty cool. But I hope that they add in some like shaders for so like you can like turn your armor a different color or something. I don't think they're going to be doing that. The more and more that Offworld puts stuff out, the more and more I'm kind of leaning that they're going to have like specific support skins that just change the whole thing. So kind of like a League of Legends skin, right? That's what I think they're leaning towards. I think a lot of the player expression might be like gestures, emotes, stuff like that, because they had that in Squad. So we'll see, right? I really hope that they expand on this and give us like a lot of customization, like Halo Reach style. That's a really good example. Let me change the chest. Let me change the shoulders, the helmet, all that kind of stuff. So they might add stuff for the guns too, like little charms and everything, or different weapon skins. That'd be pretty cool. But moving on. Okay, next question. Different ammo types that are better for different types of bugs. This is a pretty good question. I really like this question. So they said, we love this idea. We have bounced around some thoughts in this area. We want to make sure each damage type has a reason to exist and a risk versus reward against the bug threat. Okay. So obviously that might be hitting at maybe like kinetic energy laser, maybe. We'll see how that kind of plays as it moves along. I think they're going to keep using the scenarios to kind of bounce this stuff around. But what I'm mainly thinking is that there will be different types of bugs, obviously. Like tigers might be more resistant to kinetic weapons, such as like the Hawkeye, Moriata Mark One, stuff like that, right? But for the let's say like grenadiers are resistant to like maybe not plasma, but like laser or stuff like that. I'm trying not to go too in depth, but yeah, stuff like that. So that was a good question. I generally like that question. Will there be any weapons from Starship Troopers 2 and more from the new animated movies? Short answer is yes. Cool. All I need to know about that. The big one, this is going to be in the thumbnail. Could there be an airstrike mechanic? Yes, one day for sure. Thank you. Thank you. I need to relive Planet P Starship Troopers 1 movie, right? I want to be holding the line and then just massive bombardments from orbital strikes or like just airstrikes coming in. Something really cool like that would really bring some flair into the game. Which Starship Troopers has a lot of flair, man. I really enjoy this game. It definitely needs some love. It's struggling for the player count right now. My last video, I said that it was like consistently 500. It's been like consistently 300. Like I'm getting matched with people that I don't understand. It's just kind of goofy. I should learn new languages is what I should do. I'll bridge that gap, right? But anyway, moving on. It is something we want to incorporate into the game. We are looking at it as a power-up item or something that incorporates base building. For example, a communication building. Love that. I would love to have more like more utility structures or like just integral structures to a base. It really expand on the base, give us more room, and almost like a first person like RTS, like not Starship Troopers. Well, I guess technically Starship Troopers Terrain Command or whatever how you pronounce it, but like StarCraft or something. We're the little space marines and everything. So yeah, that would be really cool. I hope that they go that route. The power up item, I think it would be more of like a team based if we had buildings that we needed to protect, or like we were trying to get ore or gas to uh, fund this building. I think that'd be really, really cool. This next question, stupid as shit. I don't even know why they asked it. I don't know why they put it into the Q&A. PvP mode, not at this time. They'll never have a PvP mode. Maybe 3 years down the line, I'll eat my words and I'll pucker up my ass and you can beat me, all that shit. But no, terrible question. Will there be an in-game friends clans list? They've already talked about this before, but let me read their response. In regards to friends, we have an approved design and we will be rolling out a more robust friends feature in 2024. Now, since you brought up clans, we'll share... Well, some news to share is that we are really excited to bring a clan experience to the game, and we are hoping to launch our version of clans with the first iteration of Galactic War in early 2024. They've really been hyping up Galactic War. That's like their whole metagame kind of thing, like what you're pushing towards and all that kind of stuff. So clans make sense. I don't think maybe they'll probably name it like regiments or like, Rico's Roughneck, stuff like that. Like that's going to be taken day one. But yeah, something like that of like unit or not units, but like regiments or just general stuff like that. I think that's a really good idea. I think it's going to add some immersion, and they also talked about having like a hub, kind of similar to like maybe Destiny 2 or something similar to like Deep Rock Galactic, where you have like you're up in a spaceship and you'll see other players moving around. You'll see their customization and everything. So that's generally very exciting. I like that. Pretty cool. I'm really hoping that they expand on that, but they said early 2024. We'll see. They've been saying early 2024 a lot in the Q&A. So maybe a lot of this like big stuff that we're waiting for is going to come in January, February, March. I hope it doesn't take that long, but we will see. Moving on, any chance for an 8-player game mode? Yes, we are planning on having many of our modes available for different party sizes. Awesome. I think there's going to be specific game modes for 8-player or less. I'm thinking that's probably going to be the hives that they talked about. So we'll know more on like the updated roadmap and general stuff like that. There's not really too much to talk about there. Is there any chance support will get back the power up build tool? They said, great question. Since we are actively designing our class progression 2.0 for 2024, that sucks. These are the types of discussions we are having. The feedback is very valuable on how the final system handles perks for classes. Okay, so, oof. That tells me that they're pushing back the roadmap quite a bit, and it's going to be early 2024 before we get anything. That hurts. Because I generally really, really enjoy this game, and I would like some content sooner rather than later, but that being said, if they produce a very, very good polished game, I'm not gonna talk shit at all. I'm just being greedy and want stuff now. But that, like, as players, we should probably step back a little bit, try to give them the support that they need with doing crash reports or bugs or stuff like that. So makes sense. But I hope it doesn't take that long. What parts of the Starship Troopers IP are you able to draw from? We can use anything from the 5 films of Starship Troopers, and then they list the films. I thought that they couldn't. I thought that they had like an earlier QnA or just like a general community letter where they said that they couldn't use like the licensing for the music or something like that. I might have just misread that, but that's cool that they can use anything. So what if they have like Dax skins or Rorschach skins or, you know, Dizzy skin? Everybody's gonna be wearing Dizzy skins. I'm wearing Dizzy skins. That's the queen right there. That's the whole reason I watch Starship Troopers, man. Dizzy's the best girl in the whole. Get Carmen out of here, man. I'm about to throw hands. I'm about to commit domestic violence on myself. That didn't make any sense. But yeah, cool. I'm glad that they have like they can use anything from the 5 films. It sounds like they're going to be drawing a lot of inspiration from like the bugs that they had. Maybe some more music. It's just general cool. I wonder if they bought more of the licensings from the Starship Troopers like IP. So we'll see. Pretty excited about that. That was a good question. Next question. Whoa, where'd I go? Will we see any plans to add lore into the game? They said yes, we want to have a very robust metagame around lore. We want to make it more than just a codex. As we get closer to finalizing the design, we will share more. Okay, cool. I'm all about the lore. There's a little bit of tidbits in the loading screen talking about the Deep Space Vanguard, which technically we're not the mobile infantry, we're the Deep Space Vanguard. We're like the special forces, baby. So that's cool. I'm hoping that instead of like maybe if they wanted to generate hype, what if they did like little short stories and everything? Because I don't know if you guys remember, but StarCraft 2, they had a lot of short stories before their game release or before the DLC would release. So if they just like posted something on Twitter, bam, there you go. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but they had a really cool intro cinematic. I'll show it up here. And instead of like the zoom out look on the map, now they're going to be having like troopers rushing out of the drop ships, you know, preparing for war, getting after it. All about that. I think they did a really good job with that animation. Looks pretty good. Me talking about it has made my left titty a little itchy. I don't know why you needed to know that. Okay, next question. Will there ever be a story campaign mode or any intention of adding a solo PvE game mode? They said, we realize there's a great number of players out there who want to contribute to the war effort, but through a more solo-driven experience. While we can't commit to anything right now, we are actively investigating what a solo-esque experience might look like for our game, but we can honestly say we are not looking to add a traditional narrative campaign. That makes sense. This is a co-op game. That's the basis of it. There's no reason to really branch out or anything. That kind of sucks for solo players. I can understand the frustration when it comes into that kind of like view at it. Me personally, like, yeah, I'll play by myself, but I'm talking to everybody in the chat, or like you can hop on to the Starship Troopers Discord. Plenty of people want to talk there, have a good time, strategize, all that kind of stuff. That's the most fun I've had, is just talking to random people I don't know. Shout out to Herpes Hank. I always talk about him. He really needs to watch King of the Hill because a lot of my jokes weren't landing on him. But Herpes Hank, hopefully one day you're watching one of my videos. That's me. I was a dude who was yelling at you to say Baja Blast. So yeah, any other Starship Troopers video I'm gonna be shouting out Herpes Hank. Okay, moving on. Can you give us an idea of how Galactic War metagame impacts how people play? Very good question, because they talk about this a lot, right? What they said is all we can say is that more news is coming in the next couple of months for a Galactic War metagame. We plan on releasing our first iteration of Galactic War in early 2024. Look for an updated roadmap to come mid to late October that highlights that and other updates to the roadmap. Okay, so we didn't get a lot of info. All we really got was that they're going to be updating the roadmap and they're going to go a little bit more in depth. Very excited about that. So, because I definitely want to know like what's actually coming to this game besides the stuff that we got in the first roadmap. So, yeah, I I want to see the updated roadmap now. That would really get me hyped, and I'd get content. Watch time. Yummy. Okay, are there any plans to bring the gameplay down to the bug tunnels? Yes, really, really soon. Please, next patch, please, give me some gameplay down there. Because that's like the most interesting parts of some of these maps. Like, the map design is really fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. But the hives, like, are something that we've got to explore and not really do anything. Like, every now and then, like, the ore or gas might spawn in them. And then it's just like a mad dash because you can't really see. You know, bugs are going crazy in there. It's really tight quarters. Really fun. So yes, thank you. I'm very ready. Next question. Where does Hero of the Federation difficulty fit into the future roadmap? They said, closer to launch, we are very hesitant to add in more difficult levels until we release Galactic War. That makes sense because almost everybody, including in the Discord, plays on the hardest difficulty they have, which is like, is it just hard or is it veteran? I can't remember. So yeah, if they add that, it might make balancing their base game a little bit harder, which makes sense because horde mode on veteran, awful. It's so hard. I love it. I want more. Make it more difficult. I've won 4 times. I've won 4 times on horde. I've played this game for like 9 hours on horde mode. I've only won 4 times. I love that. Make it difficult, please. I'm really excited. I wonder if like Hero of the Federation is gonna up like the friendly fire damage or like, you know, bugs are going crazy. I don't know, dude. I'm just excited for a harder difficulty. I think it's gonna be a blast. Next question: flying bugs. Yes, eventually we want to include them in the game. Thank you. Thank you. They've always kind of been like, oh, we might add it. We don't know for sure, but this is like the first time we gotta. Yeah, we're definitely adding these bugs. We're putting them in, which is I think is super important, right? So I'm kind of I think we need the flying bugs, especially because of the like verticality that hunters have. Because you'll see hunters all the time up on the pipes, up on buildings. They throw down ammo fabricators and they're taking out special bugs like, you know, gunners, grenadiers with the Hawkeye, all that kind of stuff. So adding that layer of flying bugs where, hey, you might be up here, but you're going to be targeted by these flying bugs, big. I think that that's going to make even hunters having more of a like a better gameplay experience, right? What I hope they do, and I've talked about this before, but I really, really hope that the flying bugs have a grab mechanic. Like, remember in Starship Troopers 1, where you just grabbed the communication guy and like took him way off? I want that to happen to Troopers. Because that would be just hilarious to see. And all you hear in the proximity chat is like, oh God, help me. Like, that would be so much fun. And it would be so funny. I really hope that they really narrow in onto that quirkiness and like just a good fun time. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but yeah, that'd be really, really cool. Okay, next question. Any chance of upgrading the player amount per server? Not at this time. Our focus is currently to have our servers accommodate up to 16 players. Yeah, since they're really struggling to have a like consistently large player base, makes sense. We're gonna see a lot more people jump into the patches because when Horde mode dropped, there was a lot of people playing. It was great, but they're really, really struggling to have people consistently play their game. Right now, it's usually been at like 200 or 300 players online, which hurts, dude. It hurts. This game is so good. It needs to be out there more. I think that they would really, really benefit from like an ad campaign maybe partner with some YouTubers or some streamers and just constantly be making some quirky stuff. They do that a little bit on their Twitter. Let me give them some credit. They do like shout out really funny clips or stuff in the community that's just generally like a good laugh. Like the last one that they did was just one dude. He was sitting in base and he was repairing the manned machine guns. He's just left and right repairing the machine guns. Hey, that shout out to that dude. That's a real hero of the Federation, right? So pretty cool. Next question: will the class level cap be extended? I don't know why they added this. They already talked about that they were going to. So yeah, I would just skip that. Next question: will there be a tutorial expansion? Not at this time. But as the game receives more features, we will look for opportunities to flesh out the tutorial experience. I just don't think that matters. Who cares about the tutorial? What I wish that they would add is maybe like a custom match or something like that. I think that would have been a better question instead of just talking about the tutorial. Like, I add in like a, hey, I want to add like modifiers to build bases or something like that, or just like, let me experiment with how I'm gonna do this, or let me experiment with my build, like a shooting range, something like that. Because right now, you can load into the tutorial and build in like a little small base or something like that, and it's just, I don't know. I think it would help content creators or just in general people who are trying to do stuff for this game, like expand on the community, aka content creators. I don't know why I'm drawing this out. Yeah, if they just had like a custom thing that they could do to talk about damage values and or better base building techniques, stuff like that. So that should have been a custom match question. Last question, final question, the most important question you'll ever get asked. More important than your partner asking you to marry them, right? Will there be a tactical map upgrade? They said yes. We have a new tactical map design that we'll be looking to roll out in 2024. Oh man, damn. It can be a long grind to 2024. That includes more options to help the player navigate the levels, find squad mates, and provide more in-game information. I'm glad that they're doing this because the TAC map is a little bit hard to read. Uh, I'd have to see the design or what they're going to be doing. I mean, it's not like a bad TAC map, but like if there was like a ping system or like you go on the TAC map, you put down a marker and you could be like request squad mates, or you could be like set up defense here, or something like that. It's really, really basic right now. So if they expanded on that, that'd be a really nice quality of life and just better communication for the rest of the team. If they could also expand on like the squad map too. So I don't know. But yeah, hey, that was the September Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really want to get more Starship Troopers content out to you guys. It's just, I know we're just waiting right now, and that hurts. Not in a bad way, because this game's going to be good. I'm slurping on copium right now. So, anyway, thanks for being here. I'm glad you were. Or, you know what? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm pissed off at you.